What's up, guys? Today we're going to talk about tailoring. In Cataclysm Classic, we're going to talk about how we can make a profit with this profession. It's one of the most popular raiding professions in Cataclysm due to the really strong backhand chance. It's also a pretty good gold making profession, which is what we'll take a look at today. So the first thing I want to talk about is the Dream Cloth. So this is a cooldown cloth similar to what we've had in the earlier expansions or in TBC and Wrath, but it's bind and pickup and it's just one type. So Dream Cloth is very interesting because the only way to get it, there's 6 total recipes to craft it. Most of these Dream recipes will take 8 bolts of Ember Silk Cloth and then 30 of one of the types of volatiles. So right now the most expensive one, Volatile Air one, is 700 gold, and the rest of them are significantly cheaper, with obviously the Volatile Life one being super cheap. Then there's one last one, Dream Cloth, with 4 Chaos Orbs. This one doesn't have a cooldown, so you can't craft essentially infinite amounts of them. And then you can turn them into this the Epic Spell Thread enchants, and you can turn them into BOE gear. I have only bought the belt recipe because I wanted to craft that for myself. All of these recipes do require you to turn in a Dream Cloth to unlock them, so you don't want to do too many, only the ones that you're going to be profitably doing. Because this is a weekly cooldown, I'm getting mine back soon. So unless you're doing heroics, then you can do 5 Dream Cloth a week. But since they're extremely expensive to craft, or since they're rather, you can't really force them unless you do absolutely huge amounts of heroics, they hold value pretty well, particularly the ones that are very cheap to craft. I mean, I can craft this for 147 gold, and if we go up to the powerful Ghostly Spell Thread, I can sell this for 1,200 gold. That's about 1,000 gold profit. If I did the most expensive one, the Skywall, this would be 700 gold, and we'd be looking at we'll still be looking at 500 gold profit, which is really good. And obviously we can do the belt, which is 4 of them, and to figure out if the belt is profitable, we'd have to calculate the actual value of average value of a Dream Cloth. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do now, because if you're going to choose which recipe to craft or which recipe to unlock, you need to know how much does it cost you on average to craft a Dream Cloth. So this is where in TSM where you can change the value of items, and obviously Dream Cloth is a bind and pickup item, so it's not going to have a value, a valid craft. So I've made a separate string which essentially calculates the average value of crafting one of these, or the average price of crafting one of these. So we have the material price. I'm using Mat Price Source, which uses the default material price in Trade Skill Master. We have the Ember Silk bolts, and then we have 30 times the sum of the price of all of the volatiles, and then we divide that by 5 because we have 5 different volatiles, so that's going to give you the average cost. So we can save this. We can see that on average, Dream Cloth costs 400 gold on my realm. And now we're getting big profit numbers, and we can see that if we search up Dream Cloth, we would see that there's 700 gold profit on average per Ghostly Spell Thread, whereas if I were to craft the belt, I would be seeing 1,600 gold profit. But this is over 4 Dream Cloths, so at these prices, the belt is completely a waste of time for me, and I should be crafting the powerful Ghostly Spell Thread. And obviously I should check the auction house to see if any of the other recipes are more valuable and can give me a higher profit margin, essentially. I suggest setting up the Dream Cloth pricing like this. There's the string I use, what I just did. You can find that in the blog post linked in the description, so you can grab that and just slam that into Trade Skill Master yourself. And then if nothing is profitable, maybe you can take out Volatile Air from it, because that might be skewing the numbers. Then you would need to divide by 4 at the end instead. But yeah, I should be doing this, and I should also be checking the other spell thread, which is more relevant. That's the one I would personally use on my Warlock, so I guess I definitely want to look at that. And then the pants may also be good, but personally I would lean towards preferring the belt and the spell thread, because then you can craft something every week, since there are only 5 weekly cooldowns. If this is your main and you're doing tons of heroics and you're actually getting a lot of chaos orbs, then definitely I don't mind doing belt or doing the pants. But if you're not, then you can just get 5 Dreamcloth every week, and I would say you want to sell every week as you craft them and not sit on Dreamcloth for a long time, because as we've seen, the volatile prices have generally just been trending down. So then you can just craft either 5 spell thread or like 1 belt and 1 spell thread whenever the weekly cooldown is up, and just sell that pretty much instantly, most likely. Now there is another group of items that I've had great success with. We can see here, these are the sales I've had with Tailoring since the beginning of Cataclysm. We can see obviously I sold a Dreamless Belt week 1 when they were 10,000 gold. And then we can see that for the rest of these 31,000, it's just been the PvP entry level gear. Mostly the ones that require you to be max skill, so that's going to be the helmets, the robes, and the pants. But I have sold a couple of boots and some other, so these are the boots I equipped myself just to get some item level. The cape has also been good at times, so that's definitely something to consider. So I like to craft these. I craft 2 of them and just throw them on my banker and post them. They sell pretty nicely. So this is definitely a very nice market to just keep some on you. One market that was really good back in the day, the bags. But Ember Silk bags are pretty much selling for material cost. I think the main reason is because they're useful for leveling up your profession. But as you can see here, the market value is at 336 gold, which would give you like 50 gold profit per bag. As of right now, Hypnotic Dust is really cheap, not a huge part of the cost. So even if you get that cheaper from disenchanting, it's not going to move the needle that much. So until we move through whatever people have crafted while leveling, not seeing much profit here. Hopefully we do see some eventually. But overall, like, bags have not been great in Classic compared to how it was back in the day. I did do some imbued netherweave and netherweave bags in TBC. I didn't see that much profit with the frostweave bags in Wrath, and the Ember Silk bags have not been there yet, sadly. Now, to handle everything you do here, I would suggest getting my Trade Skill Master setup, which is also linked in the blog post. So what I usually do is I'll just restock this and mostly craft the PvP gear. That's the only thing I have crafting operations for, because if you're doing the spell thread, if you're doing the Dreamcloth stuff, then I think it makes sense to just make a decision based on the prices you're seeing and how much Dreamcloth you have available that reset. If you have 5 Dreamcloth, then you're just going to pick whatever the best combination is. For that, which might just be doing 5 spell threads, it might be doing a belt and 1 spell thread, it might be doing some more heroics and getting 1 more and doing a pant, but that's something you have to do in the moment. And since you're never gonna have that many Dreamcloth, it's not particularly hard to do that manually, sort of by just looking at the profit numbers once you've set it up. So that's it. Grab that stuff in the link in the video description and go to town. Take advantage of the fact that Tailoring can make you gold.